Hi everyone, my name is Rhys Velasquez. My pronouns are they or she. I am a casting director and a member of the Casting Guild of Australia. I'm very excited to be here to chat with the incredible Grace Chow, one of the CGA's rising stars in 2024. But before we learn a little bit more about Grace, I want to acknowledge the Boonwurrung and the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation, as well as the Yalukit Willam people, the traditional custodians of the land in which I live and create on. Grace, which country are you zooming in from?
I am on Wajak Puja, so of the Noongar people.
Wonderful. Well, I would love to acknowledge them as well, all their elders, past and present, and their enduring connection to country. I also want to acknowledge any First Nations people who might be watching this. It's a privilege to work in an industry of storytelling, of song and dance, a tradition that's been part of this country for thousands of generations. And through our artistic journeys, may we continue to work towards a voice, truth-telling, and a treaty, and paying the rent. But Grace, welcome.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for making the time to chat to me, and congratulations on being one of
Happy
CGA's
to.
rising stars of
Thank you. What a
2024.
joy. What a joy.
You're a theatre maker, a playwright, an actor, painter, advocate, with such a
Mhm.
long list of impressive credits that, from main stage theatre to, theatre making, writing your own stuff, and wonderful screen credits as well. I would love to know where this all started for you. Like, where did you grow up, and what or who
Yeah.
inspired you to go into the performing arts and to pursue it professionally?
Yeah, totally. So I grew up in a tiny country town called Bruce Rock in Western Australia. It's in the wheat belt. And I, like many actors, and I feel like a lot of actors will, or even just people will attest to this, you grow up watching movies and you love them and you do little bits in the mirror, like you pretend you're in the movie. So that's where it, I guess, started for me. That's probably the earliest I can trace back to acting. And yeah, so I always knew that, well, at the time when I decided I wanted to pursue this, I didn't think that there were roles necessarily for me, that I was, considered a castable piece.
Mhm.
And so I kind of started by training in theatre making. So I knew that if I wanted to play the roles I wanted to play, and of course I was very young, and I still am young, but I really had things to say. When you're a teenager, you kind of have that fire in the belly. You're aware of the injustices in the world. And so
Yeah.
I went and I trained in theatre making. And from there, it gave birth to my practice as an advocate, playwright, actor, theatre maker, all those things that you listed.
Amazing. Wonderful.
Thank
Um, and what inspires you, once you entered the industry as a professional, what inspires you to continue creating and drives you forward in this industry, which can be tough?
Yeah.
And do you think that that practice that you had studying with the theatre making, this sort of multifaceted career,
Yeah.
has informed all of your craft as an actor and everything else?
Absolutely, it's informed
Yeah.
everything. I mean, artists, we're all different, right? Different actors, different writers, different whoever will chase different things in life, even people. And some people, they chase what they fear, like that their arts practice is all about conquering something new about themselves, or, finding out that I can play that terrible villain, I
Yeah.
can play whatever. I've really pondered on this, what is the through line of my practice? And I kind of just settled on the fact that I kind of reserve the right to pursue whatever I want.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
story is most really gets me drunk on something that I can, we only have limited available time as artists.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, can I really stick with this character for that long? That character's going to belong to me for that amount of time, or this story that I really want to make. Like right now I'm writing a story about, I'm working with people in the Missing Australia community, Missing Persons Australia, like police workers, people who have experienced ambiguous loss and family have gone missing. And so I was like, this is an issue I really care about. I'm going to stay with that for a while. It's always different. Some people chase what they love, some people chase what they fear. I just chase what can really arrest my interest as an artist for that particular amount of time. And it's different every time. Like sometimes you've worked with something really heavy and then you just need some fairy floss. Like you just need something that's going to make people laugh. And I love that. And then other times it's okay, we really care about this issue. Let's dive into that. And other times it's like, wow, that particular producer or writer or director, I can't say no. Like, I have to do it.
Yeah. Do you have any advice, I guess, for any artists that want to get into the industry and you know, pursue a career path like similar to what you have done?
Absolutely. Well, the best advice that I received from a wonderful mentor at the time, James Berlin, when I was just a youth in a youth theatre company, was never burn a bridge.
Yeah,
you know, go out there and meet people, and the second one was, if you don't call yourself an artist, no one will. So I just from an early age started advocating for myself. You know, I wanted to write this play, so I told people about it, and then so I would go on, and people would go, "Oh, she wants to do that thing. Let's do that." Or I would really, you know, something I'm going to say now is I would really love to you know, I work in voiceover. I'd love to voice a character. I always do, you know, like you do ads, you do whatever, but advocating for what you want in this industry, like actually speak it out to people. And I guess a piece of advice from myself is to really find that artistic rigor and be true to yourself and, you know, develop your skill, because things of quality. I saw this quote somewhere the other day. It was like, things of quality have no fear of time. So if you really just hone your skill and trust in your decisions, you know, like if you do a self-tape or you do an audition, back yourself, back those big artistic choices that you make. Like, I'm an actor who wants to really make big choices. Sometimes the character doesn't let you do that, but that's what I'm someone who does that, and I go to sleep well at night knowing that I've backed myself in those choices, and I'm walking closely with my artistic practice, because at the end of the day, you know, it's your practice. Yeah, and the industry will change, but you have to, you know, the most important connection is with yourself. So
exactly, that's incredible advice. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that.
No, not at all.
Well, I would love to know what does the future hold for Grace, and what do you want to achieve, pursue, experience in the future of your career? Like, where do you see yourself in like 5, 10, 20 years?
I mean, I would hope that I'm following my own advice that I just said, that I'm being all of that, you know, XYZ above. I would love to do more TV and film. You know, I've done 3 shows now, and I just can't get enough of it. Like, I love it. And in doing that, it kind of gives you the freedom to have your own independent theatre practice. You know, I've done all sorts of things in live performance. I've done opera, I've done musical theatre, I've done like physical theatre, I've done experimental, I've done it, you know, I've done a lot of it, and I just can't get enough of it all. And doing something like TV kind of frees you in that way, because not only in the practical sense does it free you financially, but I don't know, it's just so joyous to do. I think I just talked myself into a circle. I just said I wanted to do it all, but I really do. I mean, I'm very lucky that Good Cop, Bad Cop is coming out next year, which is like a US credit. I would love to keep making waves and use that momentum to really launch myself into that international platform. Like, there's so much that's being made right now that's so exciting in TV. I've never done a film. I would love to do a film.
Casting directors.
Hello, casting guild. Would love to do a film, and you know, I'd love to play some really juicy roles. Like, I played so many villains when I was in drama school, and I think because I look the way I look, like, people think, oh, cute. But, you know, it's so delicious when you get to like really drop into a really dark character.
I love that.
So, yeah.
Give me some examples. Which sort of characters would you love to pursue?
Oh gosh, I would love, you know, a role like Villanelle in Killing Eve with Jodie Comer. Would love anything that Viola Davis is in. Love. Sandra Oh. Love. Like
Queen.
All of basically just, I mean, it's not necessarily a single role, but it's the fact that these women get to play characters with such breadth and that are so different from each other. Like, it's such a joy to have that variation in one's career, to be able to showcase not only your skill, but to be a part of so many different genres and characters. That's a real joy. And yeah, I mean, if there's any producers out there watching as well, I've been working on a couple of like a pilot for something and a feature film. You know, those sorts of things. They're really exciting. They get me out of bed in the morning.
I'm certain that you're going to achieve all of these things that you've just said. So thank you for all you do as well and what you bring to the industry.
And you, Rhys. Thank you for.
No, thank you. But yeah,
you guys do so much for this industry. People don't know how much you advocate for artists within that very commercialized world. You know.
Yeah. Great. It's a lot of work, but it's passionate. You know, fighting for people like you is makes it worth it. So, yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. No worries. And I'm sure everyone watching will have gotten a lot of inspiration of that. So please keep creating, and I can't wait to see you on the big screen. Casting directors, producers. And thank you and congratulations again.
Thank you.